Alright everyone, thanks for sticking with us. We are down in number from our viewership of earlier, but for the 50 or so of you who stuck with us to the conclusion of this event, we definitely appreciate it. Hey Mike, my name is Zachary Evans. I'm joined by Brett Rose, and we are here tonight from Lost Legion Games and Comics as we see rock, paper, scissors decide who goes first, just like always here on our feature cam. Like I said, we're from Lost Legion Games and Comics in South Charleston, West Virginia, bringing coverage of Friday Night Magic. Halloween-themed Friday Night Magic. We've been having fun all night with various costumery and free candy, which again is displaying there. Oh man, I need...
You can actually find it in the van outside in the back
yeah, there's a gentleman in a white panel van outside who's giving everyone free candy. All they have to do is just come with him, help him move a couch, right?
Yeah. He seems legit.
He seems very legit. Puts the lotion on its skin. So, we are in the top 8. There was some shenaniganry. I think a few people have thought they were drawing into the top 8. That didn't happen. We had 31 people tonight, which is a lot more than we usually have. Good turnout for tonight's Halloween-themed event. So, for any of those people who are currently playing and watching this after the fact, we appreciated you coming down. For those of you joining us from beyond,
Covenant Starboard's fucking suck.
as we see our quarterfinal competitor Max Turner yelling something about Starburst. I think he ate a Almond Joy and a Starburst at the same time, and he is not recommending that for the viewing public. So, what deck is he playing?
I don't know.
Green White Humans is what he's playing. So, it took me a little while to get there. He's very upset. Do not, if you've learned nothing else from this stream tonight, do not eat coconut-based candy at the same time you eat a Starburst or similar taffy candy. Max cannot recommend this.
He's a large man and displeased.
Don't want him angry. So, we see tonight's competitors. On the left, Yen-shyang Tseng. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. I hope I am. Okay, so there's something going on in the chat. Anyway, Yen, as he's known, as if you watched our coverage of Star City Games Invitational qualifier last week from CharCon, which is available on YouTube, Yen was a top 8 competitor. He's playing the same Jund control deck. He's playing the exact same 75 he says with him. He's playing a Jund ramp deck, but it's not necessarily an aggro ramp. He's not trying to get to a mid-rangey, mid-game win with Thragtusk kind of thing. He's more controlling. He's playing main deck Underworld Dreams, a lot of removal. He's still playing Thragtusk, but more of a control take on the archetype. Max is playing a Green-White Humans deck. All the humans you expect: Mare, Champion of Lampold,
Crusader?
Silverblade Paladin. No Crusader.
What about a champion?
Champion of Parish? I can only assume he's playing that. I didn't see it in the first game, but that doesn't mean he didn't play it.
And he did have champion of Lampold, right? Okay.
Yeah, he does. And that Champion of Lampold, if you're unfamiliar with it, is a very, very strong card. If it makes an appearance, we'll bring it up. But so Yen wins the die roll. Everyone likes to give us a lot of grief about when players play with their lands on top. I'll tell you this right now: Yen is not a land on top guy. He is all of his lands in a vertical column on the right guy. So I know people are going to be upset about that, so I'm just preemptively cutting you off there. So, again, thanks for all of those who are joining us. 3 more rounds till we crown a champion. Max, I mentioned the Star City Games Invitational qualifier last week. Max Turner was actually a winner of that event.
What was he piloting?
He was playing a junk mid-range deck.
Now, junk, that's just all the good stuff?
Well, yeah, it's junk refers to, as we see Tribute to Hunger take out the flipped
Mayor.
Well, no. We see a Celestia Charm in response, make a 2/2 knight, which gets sacked. Takes Yen up to
22?
21, 20, should take him up to 22.
Yeah, because he gains life for toughness.
Yeah, then lose 3 down to 19. Off of the attack. And then make a wolf since the mare has flipped. We're going to see a Mutilate here. Oh, we're going to see a Nighthawk.
The wolf's just created at the beginning of the upkeep, or the beginning of the end step.
It's the beginning of the end step, yeah.
But it's just your end step, isn't it?
Yeah, he created at the end of his end step because he attacked with the the mayor first.
Oh, okay.
So we see the flipped mayor gets paired. He's going to eat the mayor. He's going to eat the wolf. It's a 3/3. I think Ian missed that. But
So it should go up to 21 and then down to...
21 then down to 15, I think, taking 6. Yeah,
It's a pretty good swing.
making another one. So Ian is playing Mutilates. So here's a Sever. Sever probably taking out the Silverblade Paladin is probably the best play here. But Max's junk deck, junk just refers to green, white, and black in color, and then it was just a bunch of good mid-range stuff. But he was playing it interesting. He was playing 3 copies of Intangible Virtue, which get a lot of value off of not just Lingering Souls tokens, but also our Model Worm tokens, Thragtusk tokens. We see a Wild Beastmaster come down, a very interesting card. I'll bring it up here so you can see it. Might not matter, as Yen up against it here. Basically, when it attacks, it pumps all the other creatures by X. Very good with Rancor. Very good in multiples. You can stack the triggers such that the first one pumps the second one, and then the second one pumps everything else.
Oh,
Very
Liliana.
interesting. So Liliana of the Dark Realms, are we
She said negative and on the...
kills the Silverblade Paladin. So we see Selesnya Charm into turn, make a dude. So he's gonna eat. A Rancor wins here. Yeah, that's enough. Because pumping with the Beastmaster, each of the tokens is 3/3. So that's 9 total. Exactly enough. And almost as quickly, by the time I finally did all of my introductions,
Yeah,
and went
game's
through
over.
the game we've had a lot of quick games tonight. Feel free to go back in the archives. I think on Sunday I'll have those up and check those out. But
Take
a lot
about
of
10
quick.
minutes to watch them all.
Yeah, it would be won't take up much of your time there. While they're playing here, we'll mention the other matchups. I believe Joseph Deal playing Rakdos deck wins up against Jordan Pecchio playing Esper Control. Trent Farr playing Mono Red up against Amber Turner playing, I believe, the Junk Tokens deck. That's Max's wife. And then the other quarterfinal is Logan Cutlip playing the green-white Cloud Shift deck we saw earlier versus, do you know who the 8th person was in the top 8?
I do not.
I could lean my head out the door, but
That's
I
a lot of work.
don't feel like doing it. So I'll mention real briefly again, we've got 2 giveaways going on tonight. Now, even if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching between this week and next week, you're in fact eligible to get in there and win. What is today, the 20th? Is today the 20th?
Oh, no, it's the 26th.
So it's the 26th. So if you're watching between the 26th and then what's next? The 3rd? November the 3rd? Next Friday? You are still eligible even after the fact. So what you need to do, our giveaway, the giveaway for Twitter is, as always, playset of the rock, paper, scissors card from Unglued. That's what we use to start all our feature matches. They are a lot of fun, a great conversation piece. We give away a playset every week, so go to Twitter, follow me at ZachSellsMagic, follow me and retweet my giveaway tweet sent in round 2 tonight. So it rewards people who watched, who are watching while I send it out. And if you go back and go back after the fact, it's going to be a little bit harder to dig that tweet up, but go find it, retweet it, you'll be entered for a chance to win. We'll draw next Friday. More importantly, we are also giving away a foil promo Restoration Angel, thanks to the generosity of Lost Legion for giving us some promos to give away. To win that one, you simply go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic. Make sure you like our page. That's step 1. Step 2, look for the giveaway post. It says something to the effect of giving away a Restoration Angel. You find that, you either like that post or comment on it, and you'll be entered into a drawing. Again, next week we will be picking a winner. So, one fun giveaway, one somewhat lucrative giveaway. So, check those out. And as always, check us out on all forms of our social media. YouTube, subscribe to us there to view all of our archive footage, all 9 weeks of coverage, including Cube Drafts, Star City Games Invitational coverage, and West Virginia States. Follow us on Twitter. Like us on Facebook. And if you're watching us on Twitch TV, please follow the channel. Not only does it help our numbers, but you'll get an email notification anytime our stream goes live.
Which could be for a Legacy tournament.
It could be. For Wednesday, we did have a Legacy tournament. I was talking earlier, that did not go nearly as well as I planned. And I think we'll still continue to try to have the Wednesday Night Legacy, but I don't think we'll be streaming it. There's a lot of players playing borrowed decks. There's a lot of people new to the format. I will just say this, the product that we streamed, maybe not the kind of product that people want to watch.
Yeah.
There's a few misplays and things like that. And it's to be expected as people are familiar with a very complicated format. But more importantly, Brett, we will still be having that tournament, so if you'd like to play some Legacy. People have asked in the past what's going on with that thing that Yin has. It's a Poe ring, as someone in the... I don't know what a Poe ring is.
I think it's Pokemon.
Okay. It looks like the thing from Little Big World, the game on various things. Some poor ring. Okay. Also someone in the chat asking what our Legacy following is like at the store. We have, I'd say about 8 people with Legacy decks. I'd say about 4 people who are proactively competitive at Legacy. We fielded an 8-man tournament on Wednesday, our inaugural Legacy event. We did stream that. We will have those archive videos up on YouTube probably on Sunday. Again, actually what happened is about 4 of the people were using decks they borrowed from me. 2 or 3 of them were playing their first competitive Legacy event ever.
Of the 8 that actually have decks, though, 6 of them have placed first in at least 6...
Star City Legacy Opens?
Yes.
That's a flat-out lie.
Yes, it is.
We do have one of our shop regulars, Sam Swisher, finished as high as 2nd at SEG Louisville last year in the Legacy Open. He's our main, and then I've day 2'd the Legacy Grand Prix in Indianapolis this year, but other than that, I don't think anyone's really played much competitive Legacy. We're a relatively small area. Not a lot of people have those cards, so we basically just try to do what we can. We're also not really big into Modern.
I literally know 2 people that have Modern decks, so...
We're just, our store is very heavy into Standard. And EDH.
Yeah, there was a huge EDH.
There's a huge EDH community here.
At one point, there were more people playing EDH than there were in the Standard tournament that was going on Friday. And that was like 2 or 3 weeks in a row. I was like, man, this is getting kind of ridiculous. It's teetered off since then, but there's still a lot of people that play.
EDH is very fun for a lot of people, so that's what we focus on here. More importantly, back to the game here. Yen down a game to Maxx Turner in the quarterfinals of this standard FNM top 8. We see a turn 2 Mary yet again. See a Nighthawk in Yen's hand. See a Golgari Charm as well.
Which do you play here?
We see a Dreadbore too. Golgari Charm does it give every creature -1/-1, or is that Rakdos Charm?
No, it's Golgari.
I think I play the Charm here. The Charm's not really good against... Maxx has very few creatures that are base 1 toughness. And that's the route that Yen decides to go.
Seems like a good one.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Maxx misses his 3rd land drop. I see an Armada Worm in his hand. Yen misses his 4th land drop, but Maxx does have his Celestia Charm to get some kind of action going. As we see a Vampire Nighthawk come down for Yen.
So, I'm still pretty stunned at how effective that Eggs deck was on the...
Talking Modern?
Yeah.
Well, one thing a lot of people don't recognize is Eggs is not a new deck. There's a lot of people who are not familiar with all the tent poles of Modern. Eggs has been around for a long time.
I actually didn't know that it was a Legacy deck until I was texting you.
When you say Legacy deck, do you mean
yeah, sorry.
I believe it was either an extended or a standard deck when it first showed up. It was not nearly as strong because there just wasn't as many. Some of those cantrips like the Chromatic Star didn't come out until Time Spiral, and it's just gotten better with more cards. Obviously, the printing of the redundancy of Faith's Reward, making Second Sunrise basically getting played, 8 copies of Second Sunrise is the biggest addition to that deck. But a lot of people want it banned because it's just like not fun to watch. But if we start banning decks based on which decks aren't fun to watch,
You just end up with a whole bunch of mid-range stuff.
well, I mean, it's subjective. What's not fun for you? I actually had a lot of fun watching the combo off. So
I thought it was a blast.
I think it's just your control players just being very vocal about their preference. But
It was also very fair. Sorry.
yeah, I mean, it catches a ton of graveyard hate. I mean, his deck couldn't really beat a Liliana of the Void. He just, I mean, congratulations to Stanislav Sivka for figuring out what the metagame was going to be and realizing nobody could really attack him. It was like the perfect call for a perfect deck. Also, one thing people forget is that Stanislav Sivka is like a 2400 plus rating in competitive chess. Like, that deck isn't the kind of deck that you or I can pick up and go 14-1 at a...
Sure, I'd fall flat on my
but I mean,
face.
even like good players, I mean, it's a very intricate deck. So I don't know how we kind of got derailed there a little bit by the Eggs deck, but it was very interesting to watch. For those of you not knowing what we're talking about the Pro Tour coverage from last week, where Stanislav Sivka won the Modern event with a deck called Eggs, which revolves around Second Sunrise, a card from Mirrodin, that basically lets him draw his entire deck to the point where he either casts a giant grape shot or infinitely recurs Pyrite Spellbomb to kill someone. So
Actually, didn't hear that. That Nighthawk is doing work, and that
Yeah,
Thragtusk just sort of... He did a lot.
yeah, Maxx basically ended up losing this game inadvertently when he missed his third land drop. But not being able to deal with that Nighthawk is very devastating for Maxx. It's going to at worst trade with at worst for Yen, it's going to trade with Max's best creature, but it potentially is doing exactly what it's doing. It's gaining a ton of life. And as you see, Yen's playing 3 copies of Underworld Connections in his main deck. We saw that at the Star City Games Invitational Qualifier. And just the life gain he gets from Thragtusk and Nighthawk, and just
Offset.
he draws so many cards.
That looked like a thrown down land there.
I think he's drawing a lot of... I don't think he was trying to draw land. But, or maybe he drew a Bonfire, possibly. He is playing Bonfires as well.
Oh, yeah. I didn't really think that,
Macias comes down. Is he playing Macias for
1
for 1?
seems a little weird.
Previously in the night, Joseph Deal was using Skittles, some of the free Skittles that we provided.
Oh, I thought you meant Skittles, the Skithrix.
No.
You got my heart pounded.
You do like Infect. There's one of the few removal cards that Maxx has, which is the Fiend Hunter.
Why doesn't he grab Thragtusk?
Because it's not very good.
He'd get
a token, and then once he inevitably kills the Fiend Hunter, he's going to get 5 more life, and end up getting another token. So, Tribute to Hunger from Yen here into turn. Maxx is going to have to pick a creature to bin. Likely one of his tokens, I imagine. Yen's going to gain 2 life.
Yeah.
Looks like it. So Yen in a pretty good spot here. Doesn't have a win condition. Well, he does have the Thragtusk, but
It just gets 8.
at some point going to catch a Mutilate.
Oh, found a red source.
So picking up a little steam here as we go to the end of the top 8, up to 70 viewers. Makes me feel good. Haven't had nearly the numbers we had 2 weeks ago.
Well, you know, the difference was that you didn't have me in the booth at the time. So,
And more importantly, for those of you who have been watching us all night, you'll tired of me saying this, but for anyone just joining us, this is a Halloween-themed FNM. We are in costume. I've worn a different costume every round. Those pictures will be available on our Facebook at facebook.com/ZachSalesMagic. But more importantly, currently I'm dressed in the coup de grace outfit, the one everybody's been waiting for the entire top 8. So just wait for a little while until we bring this bad boy up. End of the round, you're going to see the new hotness. So, What are we thinking about here? Yen's still debating what he wants to do, right? He cycled his Underworld Connections, now he's just sitting on things.
Looks like it.
He has a Dreadbore in his hand, I know that.
But his red is tapped right now. Maybe he just tapped it to figure out what he's going to kill. What would you go for?
The Silverblade Paladin, I think? I don't know. The Dreadbore is a sorcery, right?
Yeah.
Does it cost 2?
Yeah.
He's gonna Dreadbore something here, obviously. He's telegraphing that, but I don't know. You kill a Fiend Hunter, you get your Death Toucher back. You kill the champion, lets you block later. Killing Maxx doesn't seem really good because he's only on 1 counter. The Paladin is the biggest threat. If he puts an untapped, put a Rancor on Silverblade Paladin, it seems really, really bad. So he's going to get his Death Toucher back.
Get a little bit more life.
I'm trying to see what's in his hand there. I know he has an Overgrown Tomb. See another mare come down. Well, he's thinking about that mare coming down. He's deep in thought about the mare. Deep in thought. Brett, you coming to game day tomorrow?
I'm going to try.
Game day tomorrow at Lost Legion Games here in South Charleston at 12 noon. $5 entry, win packs and a playmat. So Silverblade Paladin comes in, pairs with the champion of Lambhole.
That doesn't die there, does it?
It was on 1 counter.
Right, but that mayor's out.
Is it a human?
Yeah.
Maxx is a human?
I thought he was.
Well, we will find out. If anyone can beat me in the chat. Let's see what we got here. He is a human.
He does not die.
I guess tell him. Hold on.
I will correct it.
We are getting a correction happening here.
Alright, so he gets every other package, right?
Alright. I don't like doing that. Everyone always asks about that. And like why we don't change things. They always give us like
A lot of people on YouTube, I think there's a whole subculture of people who just likes to go on YouTube and correct things. But
There's nothing wrong with that. I feel
Sometimes-
that I'm probably one of them.
sometimes things are wrong. Sometimes we don't. That's,
Rakdos return for a crap time.
is that enough?
Yeah. He was at, what, 8?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because he can just swing in with that Nighthawk.
Oh, he dropped into 6 and then Rakdos for the win.
Yeah, so yeah.
Rakdos returned pretty cool. I think he's only playing 1 copy of it. I'm not sure if he is or not.
It's a solid 1 or 2 up.
So luckily, it didn't matter. He was going to die anyway, but at least then we got, we didn't have any inadvertent cheating. Welcome, Brandon Hart.
how's this going in here?
Well, we're off to game 3 here
We've been talking a lot.
in the quarterfinals between
What's his mid range? What's his deck like?
Yen's?
The time control.
It's a lot of removal. The main thing is that he's playing 3 copies of Underworld Dreams.
I just came in here still game.
He's playing 4 copies of Vampire Nighthawk and Thragtusk.
Sounds really good.
I think he's playing Olivia as well. And we just saw him win with the Rakdos return.
That's a card that has surprisingly won me games.
I mean,
actually been a
Here's the deal. Fireball was one of the best cards in Standard for many years. Like, Fireball is still a great effect.
And the fact that you discard cards, just that much better.
Yep.
I came to steal candy. I'm leaving now.
Okay.
We actually have a request to hear more rustled wrappers. Thank you.
Yep. Brett, I noticed earlier as we are, I'm going to switch to the studio cam briefly, give everyone a preemptive view of the final final costume for tonight. You can't tell, but I'm dressed as a giant Twinkie. I bought this for $1 at church's yard sale last year. It's very fun. I wear it for the kids when we do Halloween. They like it a lot. You were asking earlier, one of my, I think it was round 3, I did, my costume featured this rubber duck, and you were concerned about it being
Marshall.
No, that's not Marshall. That's Michigan State.
Oh, okay.
That is my, not my wife's alma mater, but her sister's alma mater.
I guess it would have helped to have not just seen the M in green and assumed it was Marshall.
It is not Marshall. I would not be supporting that. So, congratulations to everyone who waited long enough to see me in a Twinkie costume.
It's a magnificent sight.
Hey, you know what? I'll tell you this. I know a lot of people didn't participate in the Halloween theme. I know a lot of people didn't dress up. But we got 31 people here. I tried very hard to get a lot of people here.
Yeah,
and
you did.
31 people is a great turnout. And I don't care if anyone else had fun with the costumes, because I had enough fun for everybody. We had free candy. Everybody had a great time. The tournament was very good. Great magic on camera. A lot of people Yen doesn't usually play here. He plays in another store, and he decided to come over and just for the week because of that. We're trying to have a special, trying to get a lot of people out here. Yeah. So it's good to see.
I really wish I could have as much fun as you have with this at anything in life.
Yeah, I mean, this is a lot of work. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back by any means.
I meant the costumes.
Oh, the costumes. I thought you were talking, when you pointed at this, I thought you were pointing at my laptop. See a Dreadbore come down and take out the
token.
The token, which more than anything keeps him from drawing. We see one of Max's sideboarded Triumph of Ferocity, which can help him win the attrition war here.
Oh, Chaos just gets nuked.
Yeah, we're seeing...
Next target. I'm gonna draw a card.
As you can probably hear Max from off the screen, he is cycling creatures as best he can. He wants to draw a card on Triumph, but Yen has an answer every time.
Oh.
Every time.
Your turn. Yeah, I want to draw a card.
Let's see if a Mutilate comes up and ruins Max's plan again.
Oh.
These guys are having some fun here. That's one thing you can guarantee when Max Turner's involved in a game of Magic, you're going to have a fun time. So as we see Thalia come down. Now, Triumph, it does count ties, right?
Mm-hmm. Or tied for the greatest power.
So he's going to draw a card. He's currently Hellbent. Max not in great shape here. Yen, of course, did have like the perfect hand of 4 lands and 3 removal spells. So, what is Yen going to do here? Something. Thragtusk. Thragtusk shuts it off too. Yen is nut highing here over Max. Even gets in there with the Nighthawk. So.
Max does have a lot.
Oh, we have a viewer in the chat who's going to Michigan State next year.
Oh, I see that. Good for you.
Michigan State's the working man's school up there. That's the school you can get behind.
Really?
It's Michigan that you gotta hate.
Okay.
My wife's sister, 4-year member, women's volleyball team, Michigan State. I believe she was a captain her senior year. My wife, at 5'10", is the shortest member of her family. Interesting facts about my wife's family. They're a bunch of giants. Thragtusk comes down. This game is all over but the shouting.
That's not good. Max was undefeated coming into this, wasn't he?
He was.
You want to see him get at least... Well, he didn't get a game, didn't he?
I'm going to be honest with you. There's probably a fair amount of prize support here because there was a lot of people here today.
That's true.
So The viewer has. Oh, now it's just unfair. There's always a point in every FNM where I just start giggling at some play because it's just my natural reaction to the game state. But that's it. Maxx could not come back from that. Looked like he was in a pretty good shape with the triumph on turn 3, but Yen was all answers all the time. So congratulations to Yen, whose junk control decks takes him to the top 4, where he will face off against someone to be determined. I'm not sure what other results we have out there.
Might be another Turner.
Max's wife Amber Turner playing junk mid-range as well in this event. The individual in the chat saying that they're going to state and studying graphic design. You know what that means? Freelance graphic design work for stream overlays and whatnot. Yeah.
How pretty can you make Adam Vickers?
We've been looking for. I mean, Cliff Markham is doing most of our graphic design work right now. He created this bad boy, which I think is basically incomparable. So you're going to have a tough time upping your game against that new hotness. One more time, mentioned earlier, we mentioned all the time, we are coming to you live from the broom closet in the back of Lost Legion Games and Comics in South Charleston, West Virginia. Lost Legion Games and Comics, 4 convenient locations in Princeton, Beckley, South Charleston, and Parkersburg, West Virginia. A convenient 2 to 4 hour drive from major metropolitan areas including Cincinnati, Columbus, Roanoke, Blacksburg, Morgantown, and Pittsburgh, specializing in Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, miniatures, RPGs, board games, and everything else. Visit LostLegionGames.com for more information. So thanks to JB and the guys here at Lost Legion for letting us hijack their FNM every week and stream it. Every Friday night, 6:30 Eastern, based on my availability, twitch.tv/ZachSellsMagic if you're watching this on YouTube. Come back after the fact, follow us on Twitch, and watch this stuff live. If you're watching on Twitch, also make sure to follow us so you'll get an email notification anytime our stream goes live, just in case we do some unprompted, unadvertised midweek shenanigans. This week, we played Legacy. I did not cut up the videos yet as I was otherwise busy yesterday, but I will tell you this, it was unfortunately an all-dredge finals. And in that, we saw some pretty decent Magic. We saw Mono Blue, we saw Burn, we saw Dredge, we saw Maverick. So some interesting archetypes from Legacy there. I'm going to switch back to Studio Cam. I'll have to put on my Twinkie all the way here. I was low-teching it. It's very difficult because I can't. This is what happens when I try to look one side or the other. But these are sacrifices you have to make if you're going to be a second to third tier live stream commentator. I mean, if you want to break the format in terms of live Magic content, sometimes you have to up your game and wear a Twinkie costume. So, like I said, I've been wearing a different costume every night. Do you want to see the pictures? They're going to go up on Facebook, facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic. You want to watch them live as they happen?
How do you do that?
You go to youtube.com/user/ZachSellsMagic or just search for Zach Sells Magic. Subscribe to us. Watch all our archives. But more importantly, watch the archives of this event so you can see what different shenanigans I get into. If you tuck it behind my ears, then I can kind of function. Someone was telling us in the chat earlier that they're very frustrated when we take a break and we just put up the Adam Vickers splash screen. As entertaining as it is very difficult to keep one's focus, you know, when there is no high-stakes Magic action. They have a lot of stuff you can do on the internet. I don't know if you've used the internet before, Brett, but there's a lot of different things you can do. So when we're not playing Magic, people get bored and go elsewhere. So I asked a question to you guys in the chat, or anyone who wants to contact me on Twitter, Facebook, wherever. What kind of interstitials would you like to see? More top-tier Magic commentary, discussions between myself, dressed as various baked goods, and Brett Rose, staring wistfully at the ceiling? Or would you like to see archived videos? Would you like to see, I don't know,
lemonparty.com or .org?
I don't know what that is. I think it's probably bad.
Don't go there.
I'm not going to justify it. But if you have any suggestions, not just about what we can do to help kill time, but any constructive criticism, complaints, suggestions, anything like that about the stream, about the videos on YouTube, feel free to let us know. I do read them. I do take them seriously. I will do the best to make things better. Because obviously the only reason we're doing this is because people have been interested. So, yeah, someone's talking about that there was archived footage including some gutter snipe triggers today. So if you want to see gutter snipe win games of standard in a competitive format, you should go back and watch the archives of this event in a couple days.
I've been surprised at just how good gutter snipe is.
It's very good. I know a lot of the regulars in the cube community have been talking about. It's almost cubable, so it's definitely a good card. It makes Think Twice very valuable. People aren't playing a lot of removal these days, so pretty cool. Also interesting, the highlight of this week, which I will cut up and put up. I usually put the highlights up on Tuesday. Tuesday is the day I like to put up the highlights. You'll see a very fun gutter snipe based highlight.
Whoa. Maxx isn't going to be the featured highlight this week.
No, Max Turner is our usual highlight because he likes to play decks that do a lot of degenerate things. Unfortunately, he did not get that done. More importantly, Stephen Bumgarner, the pilot of the Gutter Snipe deck, was kind enough to write out longhand his deck list. So I'll put that up and put that on there. A lot of people have been asking for deck lists on YouTube, on the stream and whatnot. If I have them, like if it's a bigger event and I have the deck list, I'll do my best to put them up on the YouTube and the YouTube videos in the description, or put them on our Facebook page. But unfortunately, most of our FNM events and things like that don't have deck lists. So the only deck lists I can provide are the ones that people actually just make for us of their own good nature and willingness. So unfortunately, that's not something. But if anyone is interested in someone's deck, you go to Facebook, facebook.com/ZachSalesMagic. All of our stream regulars are on the, as Brett freestyles it with the duck there, all of our stream regulars are on the Facebook page, so you can find them, you can like them, you can post in there and say, hey, I was interested in that deck, can somebody give me a list? I guarantee you they will do it. So that's another good reason to check out that. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to take a very brief break. I'm going to go find out where we stand, and then we're going to come back